I get a lot of questions about automation and delegation. What should you attempt to automate? What should you attempt to delegate? The technologies change, they adapt and evolve very quickly. So the tools in the toolkit will vary. But if you understand the principles, then you can choose the tools. And you can certainly do homework to find the latest and greatest. I'll tell you how I look at this in the simplest form. And one of the frameworks should sound familiar if you've read the 4-Hour Workweek, 80-20 analysis. I will look at, and I do this in fact, instead of, for instance, New Year's resolutions, I do a review of my entire calendar, previous year, week by week, for, in this case, we just came into 2018. I'll look at 2017 and I will make a list, in fact, 2 lists of the 20% of people and activities who produced 80% of my peak positive emotional states. That's one list. The other side, the 20% of people or activities that produced 80% of my peak negative emotional states. And it could be as simple as frustration. And what this will help you to put together, it doesn't have to be at the end of the year, is a to-do list or a to-focus list and then a not-to-do list. All right. And I tend to focus on, these days at least, taking disagreeable tasks or distracting tasks and first trying to automate them with software, auto pay, whatever it might be, right? A repeating schedule with a TaskRabbit, for instance, for physical pickup or anything like that. Perhaps you do that through a UPS store that scans and then emails your documents or Earth Class Mail. Use technology whenever possible instead of brute force with humans, right? Even if there are humans involved in conjunction with the technology. So I'll try to automate as much as possible first. Then, if we're looking at delegating, which frequently includes technology, again, I'll try to remove the negative as much as possible, especially with repeating tasks. That is the lowest hanging fruit. Then, I will look at my primary projects for a given period of time. And if you have, let's just say, 4 or 5 projects you could pursue or that are in play in your life, I will narrow it down by asking which of these projects, if moved ahead to the next milestone, or if completed, will make all of the rest either irrelevant or make all of the rest easier. And I've done this, in fact, recently in the last week. Then we have a primary focus. This is the lead domino that will make everything else easier. I will throw as much at that as possible. So let's just say hypothetically, we are trying to design a website. In some cases, you want to throw money at a problem. It doesn't have to necessarily be a lot of money, but throw money at a problem instead of time. Time is non-renewable. So I will say, go to 99 Designs and get 50 different submissions to brainstorm ideas for a potential website. Hire perhaps 2 firms and have them all at the same time working on designs so that I can save time and move this project ahead as quickly as possible with as few stops as possible. If, for instance, I need a legal opinion, all right, well, I'm going to look for a consensus. I'm going to look for gaps to be filled by different people. I will very frequently have 2 or 3 people work on that at the same time and then gather their responses. Again, just to quickly review, the not-to-do list based on the 20% of activities and people that tend to produce 80% of my negative emotional states. And then the to-do list based on looking at your list of projects and identifying the project that will make the others either irrelevant, unnecessary to do, or easier. That is the lead domino, and then I throw as much as possible at that, which does not need to cost a lot of money. And certainly for me has not cost a lot of money, even when I was, I'm not going to say in the poorhouse, but really, really scraping by on very little. You can still find ways to do it because there is talent both overseas, domestically, and there are many different types of software that can help you to smooth out and simplify process to make them much more elegant. So those are a few of the ways that I think about automation and delegation. Good luck.